Good evening, my fellow creatures of the night, and welcome to this new video. Kim Sinister here, and this is my spooky movies video. Halloween is literally days away. I can't wait for all the Halloween and Samhain energies to be around us. And I don't know if you're like me, but when Halloween is lurking around, I really enjoy movies that are spooky or scary or just darn frightening the hell out of me. So this is my video. I wanted to share movies that I enjoy, and while preparing for this video I noticed that most of the DVDs that I own are spooky movies. So I didn't have a hard time putting this list together. I had a hard time choosing the right ones. I've put all of my DVDs in different, yes, I'm still using DVDs and not Blu-rays, sorry you guys. So as I was saying, I separated my videos, my DVDs in different categories, so I'm gonna be a bit organized. I'm gonna try. So since we have a lot of stuff to go through, let's start right now. So the first category that I wanted to do, of course, it's the Tim Burton category. So not all of the movies, as I said, are Halloween movies, of course, but they are movies that, for me, put me in the mood for Halloween or a spooky evening. So, of course, the first one that I'm going to show you is this one. Can you see it? Nightmare Before Christmas. Yay! So I couldn't do this video without starting with this one, and of course the one that I'm gonna finish with. It's kind of a must, kind of a classic, even though it's not in the classic category. So Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my favorite movies, and yeah, so that would be one of the movies that I would suggest you watch for Halloween. Next one, Beetlejuice. If you're a Tim Burton fan, you probably saw that movie, and I really enjoy his earlier work with Beetlejuice. Nothing more to say about Beetlejuice, it's just good. Next one, Frankenweenie. I know it's a cartoonish movie, but I thought it was really fun to watch because it's kind of a reminder of Frankenstein, and it is really well done, and I really enjoyed the movie. So if you're more into family movies, this one is a good one to see. And another one that could be good as well, The Corpse Bride. Another must, another very good movie, again with Johnny Depp. If you know Tim Burton, you know that Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter are often in his movies, so another good one. Another one that's not really Halloween related, but that you could dress as for Halloween, it's Alice in Wonderland. I know that the second one, Alice Through the Mirror, if I'm right about the title. So this one came out or is coming out soon. Anyways, I haven't seen it yet, but I can't wait to see it. So another good movie, to watch. Another one, a classic, of course, Edward Scissorhands. Again, a little known actor called Johnny Depp in that movie. One of my favorite ones from Tim Burton, besides the obvious Nightmare Before Christmas, is this one. Can you see it? Sleepy Hollow. I really enjoy that movie. Again, Johnny Depp. I love urban legends. I mean, they're legends, so they're not always true. But I really love this one. This story is very good, and I like the spookiness and the atmosphere in the movie. This is one of the movies that I refer to when I talk about the Tim Burton atmosphere. I'd love to live in a town that looks like that, not necessarily that has what happens in that movie, but that looks somewhat like that. Would be cool. Next one, Some would think that it is for younger audiences, but after seeing it, no. Dark Shadows. Again, with Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, amongst others. Very nice movie. I wasn't sure in the beginning, before when I saw the trailer or the previews, but when I saw the movie, I was delighted and I really enjoyed it. So I got it. And last in that category, it is a musical. I'm pretty sure you're gonna know which one I'm talking about, and this is Sweeney Todd. I didn't particularly enjoy the musical, the first version, but the movie with Tim Burton associated to it, and again Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, really enjoyed it, and I haven't watched it in a while, so I think that's one of the movies I will be rewatching pretty soon. So that's it for my Tim Burton categories. Of course, there are more Tim Burton's movies that you can watch, but for Halloween, I thought those would be good. Okay, now let's go to the classic ones. I have a few. You might have others. Of course, you can't go Halloween without this one. And those two actually are The Addams Family and The Addams Family Values. Those movies are great. I love Morticia Addams. I wish I was as beautiful as her and as classy as her. I think I have a bit of work to do to be there. Two other movies, same first word in the title. It is For Us Goth Girls. It is a must, and you guys also out there, you will recognize her. Elvira. So this one is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and you can follow that one with this one. Elvira's Haunted Hills. Play on words here. So those movies are very funny. There is a very particular humor in that movie, and I really enjoy those. If you haven't seen those two movies, rent them or even buy them. They're really not expensive online, and you will have a lot of fun watching those movies. Next one, The Monsters. So on this DVD, you have a two-movie fright fest. You have Monsters Go Home and The Monsters Revenge. So both movies are very fun to watch and classics, of course. Next one, a must. If you haven't seen it, you have to see at least the first one. It is a complete legacy collection. The veil is scratching my nose. Sorry. And it is, of course, Dracula, with the legendary Bela Lugosi. Yay! And on that specific collection, you have Dracula, Dracula's Daughter, Son of Dracula, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. So, Frankenstein. I can't speak tonight. So, Dracula. You can't go wrong with that. Last one in that category, murder mystery. If you want to have fun, and if you want to, maybe you'll want to play the game right after watching the movie, and it is Clue, a classic. I would have shown here Rocky Horror Picture Movie, but I don't own that movie. Weird enough, or if I did, I don't remember where it is if I own it, but I don't think I do. So that's my classic section. Next, more family-oriented movies. Although some of my favorite movies. Sorry, I almost dropped the whole pile. As I was saying, some of the movies in here are some of my favorite ones, and the first one is one of my favorite ones. It is Hocus Pocus. If you haven't seen that movie, you have to see it. It is really fun. It really is Halloweeny, so you have to see it. Another one that is one of my favorite ones as well, this one. It's called The Witches, and Angelica Houston is the main witch in there. And it really is a fun movie and family oriented. So there you go. Next, I'm gonna say 8 movies. it's a collection as well. You can't do Halloween the family way if you don't have these movies. The Harry Potter collection. The books were great. I thought they were great. The movies were really good and I enjoy them. And why not a Harry Potter marathon if you want? Harry Potter. Next 2 movies, very fun to watch and very for the goth and vampire lovers amongst us. Hotel Transylvania, the first one, and the second one. So those 2 movies are very fun to watch. And the humor in there is, I literally laughed out loud many times during that movie. Another one that I wasn't sure in the beginning, but since I love the lead actress, I thought it would be a great suggestion, and it is Maleficent. And what a great Halloween costume to be Maleficent. So I really enjoyed that movie. Next one, I wasn't sure the first time I saw it. Sorry, I'm eating my own hair. Okay. I wasn't sure the first time I saw that movie, but I rewatched it not long after, and I was in a better frame of mind to see it. I don't know why, because it's a good movie, and it is paranormal. Maybe it's because there's too much green. But then again, it's fun. Now I love the movie. Next one, it's an older one. I don't know if you know it, but it's fun and another Disney family kind movie. It is called The Haunted Mansion. Focus. So fun movie to see as well. Last 2 in that category, those, or I could have put those in the classics, but I put those in the family category. That being said, some of the stuff that happens in those 2 movies can be a bit scary to younger children. So it's up to you to decide if you want your kids to watch those. So the first one is Labyrinth with the marvelous and gorgeous David Bowie. We miss him already. And a very young Jennifer Connelly. Very good in that movie. And in the same category, The Dark Crystal. So, if you like puppets and it's darker, it's not fun and happy, and The Dark Crystal is dark, but it's really nice. And I think that children will like it on the first level, and if you watch it with them, you'll see the second and the third, and you'll go deeper in the meaning of the movie. So that's it for the family category. Next one, of course, I can do this spooky movies video without going into vampires. So my vampire movies are as follows. One of my favorite series, if I can say, it's all the Underworld movies. So Underworld, you have Underworld Evolution, and then you have Underworld Rise of the Lycans, and you have Underworld Awakening. So this is the Underworld franchise. There is another one coming out. I can't remember the name, but there's another one coming out, or that did come out not long ago, but I really enjoy the underworld movies. Couldn't do a video without those. Interview with the Vampire and Queen of the Damned. So those movies are Anne Rice's novels turned into movies. Really enjoy those two movies. Yeah, and in the same train of thought, Dracula Untold. Very good movie. Love the lead actor. What's his name? Luke Evans. Sorry. I'm not good with names. Very good movie, very surprising. And if you're a fan of Dracula and Vlad the Impaler, you're gonna love that movie. It really is very interesting. Another one, let's go on with the vampires. Van Helsing, of course. Not a classic, but almost. Another one, it's not really scary or anything, but it is with one of my favorite actors. It is a peculiar movie, but I really enjoyed it when I saw it the first time, and I bought it right away. It is the movie, I don't know if you see it, Only Lovers Left Alive. Very nice movie. Tom Hiddleston is absolutely magnificent in that movie, and it's a more of a love story, not as horror oriented or action packed movie as the other ones with vampires, but it is worth seeing. Another one, again, Daybreakers. Very interesting view on vampires in the future. Let's put it that way. So it is worth seeing. Another one, I can't say too much about this one because I don't really know where that movie came from. I came upon this movie like that. It is called Vlad. And in there you have Billy Zane, that you would know, maybe. And it's a very interesting movie on Vlad, of course. Another, I would say, classic for the goth in us and vampire lovers, The Hunger, again with the beautiful and so talented late David Bowie. And you also have Catherine Deneuve and Susan Sarandon in that movie, so it is worth seeing. Then you have lighter movies. Good, not classics yet, but people who've seen the first one will understand. It's the Lost Boy kind of trilogy. So you have the Lost Boys, you have Lost Boys the Tribe, and the last one, Lost Boys the Thirst, I think. I don't know if the order is correct, but so Lost Boys, and then the Tribe, and then the Thirst. Another vampire movie that you might enjoy seeing, it's 30 Days of Night. And this one, I think it's the second one, it's Dark Days. And you have the beautiful Mia Kirshner in there. Interesting movie. So if you haven't seen it, you might enjoy seeing it. Another movie that it's not one of my favorite ones, but a lot of people liked it. I liked some of it because of the aesthetic. Is that how you say it? Aesthetic? Anyways. You know what I mean. So it is The Vampire's Assistant. Not bad. Worth seeing it at least once. The first time I saw it, I was going to see, well, it was after 30 Seconds to Mars show a few years ago. So I saw it and my friend fell asleep. But I saw it. Last movie in that category, that one, like the Vlad movie, I came upon this one like that. It's not the best vampire movie, but it is very interesting. And if you want and if you find it, there is the somewhat beautiful. I find her weird, so she is beautiful, but she's weird. Grace Jones in here, and it's called Vamp. So as I said, it's not the best vampire movie, but if you're curious, you can check it out if you want. Okay, so that's it for vampires. Next category, witches. So you're not going to be surprised by some of the choices here. Of course, I can't, one of my favorite movies, this one, The Craft. If you haven't seen it, see it. It is worth it. It really is worth it. Another one of my favorite ones, of course, Practical Magic. I really enjoy that movie. And as The Craft and Practical Magic and Hocus Pocus and The Witches, those are all movies that I watch for sure. And Nightmare Before Christmas, of course. Those are movies that I watch for sure come Halloween. The next one, I'm talking about the second Blair Witch. It's called Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. The reason why I'm talking about this one is that for me, even though the first one scared the crap out of me, even though it wasn't that scary, I enjoyed that one better because I thought the story was better, and I liked the, I'm not going to tell you what happens in that movie if you haven't seen it, but I really enjoyed the kind of let's go back and see what happened kind of thing that happens in that movie. Watch it. It is worth seeing it once if you're curious. Next two ones are kind of related because the first one is Salem Witch Trials, and the next one is a classic for those of you who know the play, the Arthur Miller play. It is The Crucible. Very nice movie as well. Funny fact about the Salem Witch Trials, that movie, I think the first 20 minutes of the movie, it's girls screaming. It's the trials. If you know a little about the trials, the Salem Witch Trials, you know that there was a lot of screaming. So the movie, be aware that it happens. Another movie that I really enjoy, if you're into voodoo hoodoo and you're curious about seeing a movie about that subject, The Skeleton Key with Kate Hudson. I really enjoy her work. I think she's a great actress. Very good movie to see. Another one, probably you know that one, The Covenant. So another good movie to see. Action-packed movie. Really fun. A new twist on the myth, if I can say, Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. Nice movie. For maybe younger audience, although I enjoyed that one as well, it is called Beautiful Creatures. So I enjoyed that one. That's it. That's all I have to say about that movie. It's nice, and I would watch it again. I will watch it again since I bought it. One movie that didn't have the success that I think it should have had, and it was supposed to. Well, they were supposed to make the second one, and because the first one didn't do as well as they thought, the second one never happened. I still hope that they'll continue, but I'll continue with the books. It is Mortal Instruments, The City of Bones. I think that a lot of people prefer the books to the movies. But if you haven't seen it, see it. It is worth it. And another one, not the best movie that I've seen, but I've read the books, and I suggest that you either read the books or just see the movie. It really is entertaining. It is called The Seventh Son, with Julianne Moore and Jeff Bridges. And the last one in that category, it is not a scary movie or a witch movie, or even though I put it in the witch category, um, just because in the goth community or in the more witchy community, sometimes we live what the characters in the movie are dealing with, and I wanted to share with it. It's one of my favorite movies. It has nothing to do with Halloween, but if you're looking for nice, sexy Halloween costumes or a way to dress, you can watch that movie, and I don't know why, I just love that movie. And it's called Gypsy 83. And I just really enjoy that movie, and I put it in the witch category because sometimes you can be judged on how you look and be called a witch for no reason at all. Okay, last three categories. I'm gonna try and wrap it up. Next categories, I called it creatures and fairy tales. Let me take a sip of water because I'm getting thirsty. Talk amongst yourselves while I drink. Okay, so first one, I could have put it in the classic category as well. One of the movies that I think I've watched the most in my life since I was a kid, and it is The Goonies. So if you haven't seen that movie yet, please do so. It is very entertaining, and it is, in my opinion, a classic, although I didn't put it in the same category as the classic. The next series, the first movie of the series is the best, one of the best movies ever, and I wish that the lead actor wasn't dead, but you know, that's what legends are made of, and it is, of course, The Crow. So Brandon Lee, loved you wherever you are, loved The Crow, and even though a lot of people didn't enjoy the movies after the original one, I do really enjoy the other ones, and if you haven't seen them, please give them a try because it is very good. The second one is called The Crow City of Angels, and it is with the beautiful Mia Kirshner and which one is that? Always Vincent Perez. So I always mix him with another French actor. Third one in that series is called The Crow Salvation, and Kirsten Dunst is in that. She's not the best in the movie, but she's not bad. And last one in the Crow series or collection is The Crow Wicked Prayer, and it is with Edward Furlong. You have Tara Reid and David Boreanaz. I don't know how to say your name, I'm sorry. If you've watched Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you know who he is. Sorry if I butchered that name. I never knew how to say your name, sorry. Another movie, maybe you haven't heard of it, but very interesting. If you're into shape-shifting and werewolves, you will enjoy this one. It's called Skinwalkers. Very interesting movie. Another one, sorry, in the same creature vibe. It's called Blood and Chocolate. And the actors in there, you have Agnes Bruckner, Olivier Martinez, and Hugh Dancy. So it is interesting, very interesting movie. Now let's go into classic stories, but not yet classic movies. You have Mary Riley. And for those of you who are familiar with the story, or unfamiliar with the story, it is the battle between good and evil. So Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's one of the possibilities that the story could have gone. And then with the late Heath Ledger, The Brothers Grimm, very interesting movie. It shows us how the tales might have originated. And in the same fairy tale way, you have Snow White here. That version is very interesting with Sigourney Weaver and Sam Neill. Very interesting side of how you could interpret that fairy tale. In the same fairy tale, I loved the movie, but because of Charlize Theron, it is Snow White and the Huntsman. I know there is a second movie with the Huntsman, with the beautiful Chris Hemsworth. He is yummy, and he is very good. It's not a creature, but it is kind of a thriller, suspense, horror. And since I love Edgar Allan Poe, I couldn't not put that movie in my list. And it is The Raven. So I had The Crow earlier. Let's go with The Raven now. It is a very good movie, I thought. Some of my friends who saw the movie didn't like it, but me, I really loved it. I loved how they turn the story around. So it is, John Cusack is playing Edgar Allan Poe, and if you see the movie, you'll see what I mean with the twist, how they treated the movie. Another movie based upon, I think, Jack the Ripper, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen it in a while. It is called From Hell. And you have, then again, a little known actor named Johnny Depp in that. And I really enjoyed that movie. One of the last one in this, Pay the Ghost. Interesting movie. There are some pagan elements in there, so it is interesting if you want to see a movie with a different twist. Next movie, I haven't seen it yet. I bought it, I think, yesterday. It was very cheap. Haven't seen it, so you tell me if it is good, or I'll come back in another video and tell you if I thought it was good. It is called Victor Frankenstein, and you have James McAvoy and Daniel Radcliffe. So I don't know if it's good, but since I bought it yesterday, I thought I would put it in my list. Last in that category, I've talked about this movie before, and you have to see it if you haven't seen it. There is in there the very, very talented Tom Hiddleston, and it is called Crimson Peak. Like that. Okay. Last two categories. They're smaller. I think they're going to be shorter. This one I called Hauntings, and you won't be surprised if I'm talking about, of course, paranormal activities. Now, this category, I would say, for me, was pretty scary. If I want to get scared, I watch those. So those were the first three ones. If you didn't know, there was a fourth paranormal activity that came out. A fifth one. So the fourth one was called Paranormal Activity 4. Very original. The fifth one was called The Marked Ones. And the last one that came out is called The Ghost Dimension. There you go. Can you see it? There. If you didn't know, all six movies there is something that links the 6 movies together. So if you're curious, do a paranormal activities movies marathon, and you will know what I mean. I'm not gonna say much more on that because I want you to have the surprise. Another very good movie. I'm getting into the more haunting and, you know, possession and spirits and those things. You know that those things, they scare me. So first one is The Conjuring. The first and the second one. I saw the second one at the movie theater, and it was scary. I don't own the second one yet, but I will. Next 2 movies are The Haunting in Connecticut, first one, and second one. Between the 2, I preferred the second one. That movie, scary. You know how stuff on possession scare me. Deliver Us from Evil. Very good movie. And it is based on real events. So that's even scarier. Another one based on real events and real people. Scary as hell as well. The Right, with the very, very talented Anthony Hopkins. And last, with one of my favorite actors, Jonathan Rhys Meyers. It's called Shelter. There you go. Very good movie as well. If you want to get scared, those movies are pretty spooky and scary. Last category, I called this one Ghosts and Gods. I didn't know how to call it, but you know, you'll see. The first 2 movies are, well, 1 and 2, so White Noise, and you have White Noise 2. Between the 2, I preferred the second one. Again, I'm weird like that. I like the part 2 of stuff. Another movie that's not that scary, but I really enjoy it because there's a bit of a paranormal in it, and the actors, all the actors in there are very good, and it's called The Gift. It's a nice movie. It's not scary, but very interesting. Another one of my favorite ones, I like movies that look at religion under a new light, and this one does that, and I really enjoyed that movie. It's called Stigmata, and it's a movie that I watch often, I would say. Next one, it's with the late Heath Ledger, and it is called The Order. Good movie as well, with a twist on religion. Last movie of the lot of this video, and then you'll be able to go and rent or buy or run or download or, you know, get those movies. You have, if you haven't seen that one, you have to see it. It is a classic, and I'm gonna present it like it Red Rum. Of course, with the brilliant Jack Nicholson, it is The Shining. So that's it. That's my list. I told you I had a lot of movie to share with you. A lot of movies. Sorry, I can't speak too many words for tonight. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested to know, I don't know if you saw it properly because I didn't stop talking in this video. The lipstick that I'm wearing, the blue lipstick that I'm wearing, I think it was a limited edition. It is from Maybelline, again, because I love Maybelline without even knowing it. Everything that I love in makeup, that it's cheaper, it's Maybelline, and it's called, it's number 840. It's called Midnight Blue. It is a limited edition. I found this one when I went to Salem. I grabbed it and I bought one, and when I came back to Montreal, I saw one. Actually, it was when I went to my mom's. I saw one and I bought it. So if you're interested, that's the lipstick that I'm wearing. So yeah, that's it for now. That's it. I'm gonna stop. It's gonna be such a long video. I hope you enjoyed it, as I said, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Let's get this channel to more than 500 subscribers as of this day. Just before Halloween, a few days before Halloween. I don't know if I've reached 500 subscribers yet, but let's do it. If I haven't yet, let's do it with this video. And that's it. I'm gonna say to you, good night, sleep tight, don't let the vampires bite. I love you all. Happy Halloween. My hand is gonna grab you. Ciao.